Welcome to a special edition of Outlook Video, your award-winning, nationally recognized lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender television monthly magazine. I'm Roberta Gonzalez-Gregg.
And I'm Jay Raley. It's good to be back, Roberta.
Nice to have you.
Yes, this month is special because it's a mystery for us. You will find out more in a minute.
My mind is running wild. Have you started out 2009 with resolutions, a new diet, exercise program?
Or maybe just a promise to organize the garage?
How about your mental health? Sometimes in our efforts to improve our living conditions, we forget that our mental health is just as, if not more important.
In this month's program, Roberta welcomes back Dr. Kimran Hardin, clinical psychologist and author. Dr. Hardin specializes in helping our LGBT community improve our mental health.
Tonight he'll discuss his latest book, Loving Ourselves, the Gay and Lesbian Self-Esteem Book. And later in this program, Jay talks with Tom Grissinger about being a sperm donor.
Sounds interesting.
Yes.
And the really special part about our program this month is that Raymond Donald Hung is not in the house.
Where's Raymond? Raymond packed his bags to go on location, and absolutely no one has told us where he is, but he's coming in electronically. Hi, Raymond.
Hi, Raymond.
Hi guys, I'm at a mystery location which I will reveal later in the program, but first I'll let you two in the studio take a stab at guessing exactly where I am. Now here's your clue. This Vernon Duke song in 1934 describes this place as Canyons of Steel.
Canyons of Steel?
That's right, Canyons of Steel. I'll be back later and we'll find out if you two guessed it right.
Canyons of Steel?
Pittsburgh? 34, I don't know.
Steel City. Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to have to get some more clues on this one, I think.
I think so. That's a pretty small clue, Raymond. Come on. But first, we'll start off with psychologist and author Dr. Kimran Hardin.
Hello, I'm Judith Light, and you're watching Outlook Video.
Welcome to this segment, where we honor the diversity of people in our community, people like us. Tonight, we welcome Dr. Kimran Hardin, clinical psychologist and author, specializing in helping gays and lesbians with their overall state of mental and physical health. Kimran, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you.
You were here before in the past, in 2001.
Yes.
And with the book then. Now you have your latest book, Loving Ourselves, the Gay and Lesbian Guide to Self-Esteem. First of all, tell us, why is it that gay and lesbians need such a book?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that most of us were not raised by gay people, right?
True.
So you have to explore your identity, sometimes in very hidden ways, and there are a lot of messages that many of us grew up with that were quite negative about being gay or lesbian or bi or trans. And the second reason is that we continue to live in a culture that has a lot of negativity about the queer community. That we have to face every day. I mean, we open the newspaper, we turn on the TV, and there's some anti-gay legislation, or, you know, there's always these messages that say we're second class or second rate.
So you're saying that the messages that we received as we were growing up and continue to receive in today's society affect our mental health and the choices that we make now?
Absolutely. Not that you necessarily have to have a mental health problem to have some issues with self-esteem. I think every decision that you make as an adult is affected by this basic relationship that you have with yourself.
Okay.
You know, relationships, job choices, even what you wear is affected by your basic sense of self and relationship.
Well, that's true. We sometimes get the message, oh, that shirt just, why did you choose that shirt?
Right.
You know, then saying, instead of saying, oh, well, something else that's a little more positive.
Right.
So that instills that negativity?
Absolutely. If you were raised in a family that was particularly critical, for example, you're probably going to be very critical with yourself, even today. And when you look in the mirror or when you look at your accomplishments, you're going to be more critical of who you are today. And the good news is that there are ways to work on changing that, changing old habits. And that's my whole focus in Loving Ourselves, is how do you recognize when you're sabotaging yourself, and how do you learn how to stop doing those old things, get rid of that if you can, and on a day-to-day basis deal with these incoming negative messages that you hear all the time in our media.
Well, we see also that's a good part about our media now is that that's starting to change.
Yes.
So do you see that in a change in our culture and in a change of people in the self-esteem?
I think so. I mean, I think, you know, our teenagers today, I mean, they've had Ellen and, you know, they've had Will and Grace. And
there's the L Word and
Queer
as Folk.
Queer as Folk. Yeah, there's so many more more positive role models out there. So this is a generational process, I think, and maybe in a few years, you know, we won't need a book like this, hopefully.
But you know, you offer some tools that we can go by to help build our self-esteem?
Yes. My specialty is something called cognitive behavioral therapy, and it has to do with how you message yourself internally, and how do you learn how to recognize when there's a negative bias in your own self-talk. And how do you change that and replace it with something that's healthier? I like to say you wouldn't talk to somebody that you love sometimes the way that you talk to yourself.
That's true. I talk myself in and out of a lot of things.
Exactly. So how do you learn how to be more compassionate and more self-loving with the person inside?
Oh, excellent. Very good. Well, we look forward to your hopefully you'll be coming out with some other book in the future for our community.
I'm working on it. I continue to work on things. It's a passion for me to help us live, you know, healthier and just love ourselves.
And as we've heard, I guess there's a saying that to love someone else, you really have to love yourself.
Absolutely. You have to start there.
Those are all good messages for our community. Dr. Kimron Hardin, thank you for coming and talking with us. The book is Loving Ourselves, the Gay and Lesbian Self-Esteem Book. And you can find out more at KimronHardin.com.
Hi, I'm Dave Koz, and you're watching Outlook Video.